Hello, hello. Aloha. How is everyone today? I've got my little friend here. This is Bodhi. He's going to be the host of today's video. Anyway, he's my little buddy. And I've got another little buddy here too. I'm just waiting for some people to arrive. I don't know if anyone's going to be able to pop on right now, but I just thought that it would be fun because it's been a little while since the new moon and I haven't really been on in a little bit. But if you get to, let's see, quiet mode. Oops, here we go. It's kind of hard to do this with a bird on your hand. Why don't you come over here, honey? It's my little wizard's helper. So funny.
He's got poop on you, Mom.
Okay. Well, anyway, I hope that someone gets to play right now and you don't get to see a bird butt the whole time. It might be a little distracting. Anyway, how is everyone today? I am trying to enjoy this afternoon. This has been like, woo, super intense, energetic day. And I don't know about you, but I had to put some lipstick on and some earrings just to make myself feel good because I just felt some heavy energy happening. And I think that's a part of what we're dealing with this full moon, with the psychic energies of Pisces. The sun is in Pisces, and we've entered the land of the deep seas and our imaginations, and also the tides of our emotions will seem to be pushed up, which is a good thing because, again, the full moon offers us time to heal whatever it is that we need to heal to move forward. And I'm seeing a little thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am trying to see who's coming in now. Hello, hello, and welcome. And so I'm just talking about Pisces and the Virgo moon. So whatever sign the sun is in, the moon will be in its polar, the full moon will be in its polar opposite. So we're in the sun sign of Pisces, the polar opposite is Virgo. So what often happens is that when we're in the sign of Pisces and we're working with all these deep energies, and Pisces can be, the sign of creation and imagination and intuition, and is the sign of the two fish, which actually the two fish can either swim together. I like to do this little swim together, or they can go apart and totally go off into chaos land. And so it's really good to take notice of that energy as we approach the full moon. And then what the awesome thing is that we have the polar opposite of Virgo, which is the grounding force. So the full moon will be in Virgo, and often we can receive our medicine from the polar opposite. So we can take the grounded, detail-oriented, this is my daughter, by the way. Want to say hi? The grounded polar opposites, hi Rachel, of Virgo, who will help bring us back into the small stuff and will help us to, you are so funny, bring us a sense of grounding, and hopefully will help us look at our habits. And Virgo is also the sign of that governs the digestion. So it's a time to look at how we digest ideas, how we bring in wisdom. Okay, that's enough, honey. How we bring in our wisdom and our knowledge and how we digest that so that we can move on to, the next thing in our world. I'm going to see who else is on. I see you, Rachel. Hi, Christine. How's it going? Oh, we have a Pisces moon, so you must be feeling it. I know that people who are, in the sign of, or have their moon in the sign of Pisces usually feel things even more so. So yeah, have you been feeling stuff coming up yet? Because we still have a couple days. And so what I'd like to do is, prepare us for these times for the next few days ahead, because if you are usually a water sign, we're actually, I have a Cancer moon, by the way, more sensitive to the moon's energies. Not to say, I think most women are sensitive to the moon's energies, and men, of course, have that too, but I feel that women, since we have this lunar connection with our cycles, we feel it a lot more, but especially if you have your sign in any water signs. So this is one of my passions, is to help bring awareness around this. Like, I know I can tell you one of my stories is how I discovered that I had this connection to the moon, and I thought there was something wrong with me, but it was in my late teens, and I had just gone off to college, and I was at a party, and I just felt really, really strange. And I was trying to socialize and drink with everybody, but I just could not get this weird feeling away from me, and I was like, what is going on? I don't know what's wrong with me. And I just felt like I had to go cry. So I went out of the party, and I just remember running down the street crying. And it was just like I was being wrung out like a sponge. And I remember looking up while I was running and seeing this giant full moon. And I just had this moment of connection where I was like, that must be why. There's something there that's talking to me. And that was really the first recognition that I had around the moon and my emotions. And so just, I don't know if, you all have that, but I just tend to find myself to be extra sensitive and emotional around this time. And got my little birdie flying around. And so my advice, right now for that, and what I found to, help me is through these times is to create little simple rituals for connection, to nourish myself and to feel empowered in some way. So what I always do, I have my little altar here. You can see it. And this is my sanctuary. Hi, Bryony. This is where I go to center and ground. I have a small home, so I just have this little corner, but I have altars all over my house. But this is my main altar. And this is a place for grounding. I have my candle, and whenever I really need to just get centered and focused, I use those tools to help me gather my forces, so to speak. And so oftentimes what happens around the moon is, sorry, I really need you to, sorry, I got a little noisy parakeet and a 9-year-old that are playing.
No, he's being annoying.
I have my sanctuary zones where I know that when the moon is working me and that it's time to, I feel like there's a healing happening and a purge. Because oftentimes when we feel like emotions or anger or sadness or frustration, we want to push it away, right? Because we think that we want to always be happy, always be positive. But if we get down to the real deal and be authentic, and I'm going to be, totally transparent, it's not always like that. And we know that. And so this is an opportune time to actually allow yourself to feel those things. So I'm saying, it's wonderful to have those sanctuary zones near you where you can go and process. For me, it's this space and also my bathtub. And especially during the full moons, I love to take my sea salt baths. And I find those very, very healing and anchoring. I like to use dead sea salts, and I make my own blends, and sometimes I'll use Epsom salts and mix those in, and also some herbs. And I mean, I seriously cannot live without the water and my salts. So I highly recommend those things. Hi, Bryony. How are you? So yeah, today I pulled a card. I pulled a goddess card for this next few days, and I pulled Artemis, of course, which Artemis is the goddess of the wild wood and the wild energies. And I actually just went to Greece last summer, and I learned a lot about Artemis, Lady Artemis. She was the first temple that I went to go visit, and the energy there was quite profound, and kind of caught me off guard, actually. The temple was very much in ruins, but you could still sense like such a presence there. And she's the keeper of the womb mysteries and the moon. She's a moon goddess, and she's also a fierce huntress. So she'll basically like help you to focus, but also help you to take out what is no longer necessary in your life. So that is why she's always seen with a bow and arrow. Also, her bow and arrow reflects the moon and the nature of beginning your cycle, pulling back with the bow and arrow, and then shooting your target. So I'm invoking her right now for our temple for the next few days. Okay, so hi Christine. Okay, I'm going to read what you just wrote. I am really appreciating the earth element at this time. It's providing some context and reality to the flow. Yes, I'm feeling that too. Ari, I need you to just quiet. I'm trying to do this with my daughter here, and I thought it would be fun because you'd get to meet her. They're having a little party over there. Party zone. Maybe I should bring it over here. So yeah, the earth. Thank you for bringing that up, because I feel lately when a lot of these emotions surface, that's where I also like to go to process. And I don't think, enough of us do that. I mean, in this culture, we're so cut off from the earth element that I think it's almost like a foreign thing. I mean, we can't possibly be completely cut off because we live on the earth, but there's not a lot of time where we're like actually barefoot on the earth, or especially in the winter, we're very much in our little isolated zones. So I would love to hear how you connect to the earth, Christine, if you have any reflection on that. But what I like to do is, especially in the winter, is again go to my altar, and I like to work with my herbs, and I'll burn herbs as well. That's a way of connecting to the earth. Another way you can do it is in the morning when you wake up, right away you can touch in energetically with the earth and use your imagination to right away just create that connection what I like to call our imagination, because that's our creative cord and our impulse, and that's where we actually can source, that's where we source our energy, and we should be sourcing our energy is from the earth. So and we use that grounding connection to connect us to the cosmos, of course. So yeah, those are things that we can do to help us through these times and through the next few days especially. So so yeah, I wanted to leave you with I wanted this to be a very short kind of time depending on who came on. Hi, Rachel. Oh, imagination. That's right. That's the way, that's the habit that we need to start creating. And so that's basically what I wanted to leave you with today. On Thursday night, I'm going to be here at 7 p.m. Pacific, and I am going to be offering a little mini moon ritual and a gathering for us, for whoever can make it. So I hope you can. I'm just asking everyone to bring a candle and gather up some rosemary if you can, and also bring a cup of tea. So I'll be writing a post about it, but we'll be having tea time on the full moon together, and again, hopefully you can make it. And I'm going to bring in some more information about the moon and the goddess, and hopefully engage with you all a little bit more and get to know you. And I think it would be fun to actually bring somebody on. If I can do that, I think that'd be great. So I'll have to touch in with some of you and see if you want to come on with me. But what I'd like to do for the next couple of days before the full moon is just offer this little wild moon challenge for you. I'd like you, since Virgo is all about details and we're working with imagination, I'd like for you to take note of your habits, the habits that you've created, and we're going to look at the small things. So just the small habits that you've created for yourself every day. And just take your journal, which I highly recommend. You have a journal. This is something that I've actually had since my 40th birthday, which was almost 3 years ago. And I use as much as possible. So I want you to journal and just talk about your habits and see where, you know, where the journaling takes you. Where do you think that your habits have arisen from, and which habits are you willing to shift, and how are you going to replace those habits? What are you going to replace them with? Because Virgo can very much help you to replace those habits and help you to create, you know, the transformation that you're seeking. So that's what I'm offering up today before the full moon. Let's see, what is that? The Goldstone birthday. Hi, Rachel. What does that mean? The Goldstone birthday. All right. So, if there's anything else, I just wanted to offer that up right now and share a little about the energies of this moon. So we're talking about, just to kind of close it up, the creativity of Pisces, the depth of the infinite realms where Pisces can bring you. And then bringing, oh yeah, the gold stones for my 40th birthday. Ooh, maybe I should bring those on Thursday. I hope you still have your gold stones. So we're bringing that medicine of the Pisces in balance with Virgo. So Virgo is going to help us focus, and we're also going to bring Lady Artemis in to help us focus and be the guardian for this passage in the next few days. So I hope that helps in some way. I'd love for you to share with me if there's any other challenges that you're going through, and how I can be of support. And that's what I'm here for. And I'd love to also learn more about you and engage more. So that's why I want to do this ritual on Thursday, to see who is going to show up and let the mystery unfold from there. But I'm going to just end with this little affirmation here, because this is something that can really hopefully help as things arise. And this is from one of my books. And things often do arise. This guy is such a little silly. Hey Sarah, welcome. Got a silly little monkey over there in the corner. She always brings lightness into my life, so that's why I thought I'd have her come on today. Do you want to come on and just say hello for a second? Okay, so I pulled a card about, it's called Thinking of You, and it's about our thoughts. And so perhaps this is something that you can also see as how you feed yourself, is also what are the thoughts that you feed yourself. And how are those thoughts serving you? Are you able to take care of your thoughts and transform the ones that are negative and that aren't holding a higher vibration? So the message with this card that I pulled, this is the card. Is that it makes no difference whether someone is near or far, alive or has passed away. We are subconsciously in constant communication with those we think about and love. Having heard this, you probably imagine your thoughts are traveling through space and time. However, in actuality, nothing really travels anywhere. There is, because energetically or spiritually, there is no separation in the first place. We're all interconnected and ultimately one, eternally held within an ocean of divine love. The great cosmic ocean of life is as vast and endless as we can imagine it to be, and at the same time, it can be smaller than the smallest particle. So the affirmation and prayer that goes with that is, all I love lives forever in my heart. I am one with all humanity. I am one with all creation. I am in constant communion with everyone. Time and space are real only when I believe they are. So hopefully that helps you in some way today. I know it's been, like I said, pretty heavy for this portion of the day energetically. Sarah, I know you just hopped on, so I'm not sure how things have been for you energetically. I'd love to hear before I go, if possible. But hopefully these things, these tools will bring a little light to your day, and as we traverse and navigate through the wilds of life. And so again, I invite you to join me on Thursday at 7 p.m. if you can, and we'll have some full moon tea together and do a little mini ritual. And I look forward to seeing you then. All right, take care.